Wrote all kinds of books.
That's nice. Look at this, though. A live look now at April the giraffe. She's at Animal Adventure Park in New York, expected to give birth any minute now, Mary. Well, they've been saying this for a week.
Could you imagine what happened at this moment? Well, millions of people have been captivated by it, including John Heffron, keeping tabs as he's been traveling the country.
In Omaha now and through the weekend. Great to see you, John.
Hey, John.
Thank you guys for having me. Now, what's a socially acceptable way to sit on a couch now? Am I allowed to sit? Can I do my interview? Is this acceptable? Oh, see, it's a little odd, isn't it?
As long as you mean no disrespect to...
Oh, my knees. I don't even know how...
That's the other part of it.
How do you even sit
After
like
the
that?
age of 8, doesn't your cartilage start to give out?
Like, yeah, I don't
understand it.
I'm so unflexible there. I just realized, like,
that was a bad choice.
Here's what shape I want to get in.
Okay.
I want to get into tuck in my shirt shape, which I haven't been in a while.
Oh,
I
stop it.
But
no.
I also want to put on one sock, standing up, balance back.
How do you put on a sock right now? How do you do it?
I have to sit down. I literally sit down and I do that,
sideways?
and then I'm exhausted. Yeah, because I don't know how you do that.
Hard to,
I do.
Yeah.
There's a thing.
Flexibility.
I think you're in touch.
I'm not very flexible either, and you know, you should comment on flexibility. It's tough. You got to stretch.
It's one of the things because eventually you just get old. I mean, we know it's going to happen, and then something switches, and one day you're watching TV and you go, I do want that bathtub with the door on it. Are you kidding me? Look at that thing. I don't have to do that step over the lip of the dog thing.
Clipping your toe.
Yeah,
face
once I get my reverse mortgage, I could totally afford that. Are you kidding me?
At what age do you think that switch was flipped for you?
I can tell you, the bathtub with the door on it has butt warmers on it now. Is their new thing.
Okay.
I'm like, why would you get a hot tub? I would just get that. You get in, you click it, and you just sit there and let the water rise, almost like you're in a dunk tank. Yeah. I would get that now.
And you're not old.
It's appealing.
I would, yeah. Well, I'm in my 40s. It's some kind of. Depends if you ask a 20-something-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
No, they think 35 is old.
Yeah.
What's the deal? We talked about the giraffe at the beginning. We showed that picture the whole live show. What's the deal? Are you got a fascination for this thing or what?
Well, it was a lot. Like I'm squeamish. I have a wonderful stepdaughter, but I don't have any kids of my own, so I never have seen that whole thing.
Yeah.
Remember in 5th grade they separated us and they talked about what actually happens. No, I never have. So I probably wouldn't even watch a giraffe being born. I just want to see it done. Hey, I represent Toys R Us. Like I would want that phase. I wouldn't want to watch the whole. I would be the worst pioneer. That guy that had we gotta. Whatever, get the calf out and blah, blah. I don't know if that's how they talked or why they would do that. But yeah, I would be very squeamish about a lot of things. Yeah.
Well, it's good that you found a home in comedy.
Yeah, I think
right?
if I ever had a kid, I would want to go old school, cigar, just listen.
You're out in the hall.
Yeah,
you don't want to be in the room.
I probably would have been better during that era.
Yeah. Get it.
Okay, so we had you on. I think it was about a year ago. Well, you were here about a year ago. What's been going on since then? You've been just doing stand-up,
traveling
nonstop.
Yeah.
Working along.
You know, I'm still married, which is always good.
That's awesome.
On a daily basis, that's how I look at it. Because I have noticed this, if those of you who are maybe newly married, you can get awesome husband points, date night points, whatever they're called. But after a while, you realize that those points expire at midnight. None of them carry over to the next day.
Do not.
So you can make executive platinum as a husband today, but starting tomorrow, you're boarding with Group 5.
My husband and I had this exact conversation last night.
So how long have you guys been married?
10 years.
So 10 years. So your husband today, when he looks at you, he realizes the last 10 years has been a scrimmage for today. That's it. And then tomorrow it's reset. And that was all practice for. So those people that go, well, how long have we been married? And they get kind of yip-yappy because somebody is off by a year. It doesn't matter. That's all in the past.
Your bonus points go away, but the things that don't go away are your mistakes.
That is true. For some reason, those carry over like bad credit. Yeah, there should be like a website, like, you know, one of those credit checking websites as a guy. You can just type in your name and you go, I have a 750. What would I do wrong? You remember, Mr. I was golfing, remember, back in 1993? That's still on, come on, it's been 10 years. It's still on the report. Wow. Yeah.
That is the truth. They do not forget the things when you mess up.
Those are bad commercials, you know. Hey, Bill, have you checked your husband points? No. What are they? Well, for free. Put it in.
You are married, and because you travel so much, you refer to this like the critical 48.
Yes.
Like the 2 days that you're home in between doing all of these shows, and you and your wife do this podcast
together.
together.
We started to do a podcast called the Critical 48 Podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts. And what happened is, I was sick of trying to get comic guests, you know, so I told my wife, well, you're here with me. We only see each other. So she saves things to talk about till we get onto the podcast. And some of them are not TV friendly. Some of them are. But the stuff, I can't believe how committed she is to. There's a couple times she's talking, I'm like, so we're sharing this for the first time in front, you know, to everybody who's listening. So it's pretty good.
Good, like good and bad stuff.
Well, she trashed the side of the car. I hadn't seen it yet, but the entire side of the car was completely ripped up.
She wrecked it.
Yeah, but it was how it was parked. I didn't even look at it. So on the podcast, she was like,
tells you
"Have you
about
been outside yet?" And I'm
seen it
like,
yet?
"No, what happened?" Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
It's
but
only
it
half
keeps your
hour.
response in check a little
Yeah,
bit.
we
with
try
your
not to
script.
argue because I go, let's make it lighthearted and fun. Couples don't argue, but it's good. It's good. If you're into like reality,
I'd
yeah,
like to
it's
see that. Is she, is she,
48.
is she not in comedy, is she? She's not.
That's her thing.
just her
She
deal.
yells at me how I'm long-winded with story, you know, and she's like, "You're losing me. You're being a radio guy right now. Just get to the point, please." Yeah.
Well, John's at the Funny Bone all weekend tonight,
Yes.
tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. He's got 5 shows the next 4 days.
Yeah, what? Call to get tickets or log on to funnyboneomaha.com, and the reviews for his podcast are outstanding.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
John.
for having me.
Thank you
and
for
good
being
luck
here.
with your husband points thing. We'll start that
working on it.
website.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do it.
that way we
We'll
can
talk.
rate your husband.org.
Thanks, John. Next, something new that's